You know, folks, we've all laughed at Britney Spears. I'm gonna say I'm guilty. I don't expect anybody else to admit anything.
I'm guilty.
But and I gotta tell you, the reason why is because Britney Spears is such a cult of personality that there's so many things happening around her that are just kind of crazy. We've all, because there's been YouTube videos that had nothing to do with her where we laughed at those because those were kind of crazy.
Leave her alone.
And gay boys losing their mind over this chick and everything.
You freaking fricks.
Yeah. Wow. Like I said, man, if this guy could only cry like this for world hunger and child abuse.
It's too hard.
Yeah, But now I'm going to cry for this chick that can just go out on any day and get $1 million.
Wow, you're giving away my review here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Look, and there's things that we watched that popped up. Like if you were not a Britney Spears fan, because I love that song Toxic. It's like they're killing mice and shit. Yeah. Fucking cats doing the chorus. I love that song, man. You cannot avoid Britney Spears songs. Some of them you just like because they just got beaten to your head. But then you'll be watching the show and they'll say something. If you weren't a big fan and you just kind of laughed at that too because, hey, she's a celebrity and all celebrities get made fun of, right?
I'm a virgin. I'll give you my black cherry.
That's Robot Chicken right there where they made fun of her, made fun of her kids, made fun of her marriage and everything. And even at the time, like I said, not being a Britney Spears fan, I didn't know what was happening with her all the time. I did say, these people going in on her pretty hard, like, more than the usual person. I did not, honest to God, I did say that. I was like, man, but to me, it was more like, man, they are really obsessed with this girl. Little did I know, though, just how hard the media was truly going in on Britney Spears. And I looked at it and I was really kind of taken aback. I'm like, damn. I remember even saying one time, I'm like, man, why don't you leave the girl alone? I wasn't like your boy right here.
Leave her alone.
I wasn't crying and losing my mind and shit like that. But I did say, man, that's kind of crazy how they just won't leave this girl alone.
And then they wouldn't leave him alone.
And then they wouldn't leave. Well, shit, he put that shit on himself out there.
He wanted the attention.
Yeah, exactly. I did not know how bad the situation was with her until we had this documentary by the New York Times that just premiered on Hulu. It's been out for about a week, and I've had some people ask us about this, and everybody's talking about it. So I figured, I like documentaries. Of course, I want to keep up with what's going on, and I definitely want to talk about what people are talking about out there. So I decided to take a look at this to see what this was like. As I said, looking at this and figuring out how hard they went on her. Look, I might not followed her. I'm not really into celebrity culture. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But it did give me more sympathy for Britney Spears than I thought I would have. To what level? Well, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trailer for Framing Britney, and we will be right back.
Free Britney!
It's easy to go in and dismiss this from the beginning as looking at something where it's just another expose on celebrity culture. Because at the beginning of this, they are focusing on a lot of fans, and and you feel like you're watching a cult. You're watching the cult of Britney, and that turns me off. And it's a tricky thing for me to say because I have compassion for somebody that is mentally anguished. They're a human being. I have sympathy for somebody that is having a hard time. I don't want to judge the fans, but in the beginning, but the thing is with me, it's just a personal thing. I hate celebrity worship. I absolutely despise it. I think it's what, it's a warped mentality itself. It's something that's gotten this country into where we are right now.
I was just going to say that. It's because it's a lot of avoidance. It's let me put my energy into this thing rather than the things that matter.
Yeah, and I fucking hate celebrity culture, which is why I don't keep up with a lot of probably things until I hear about it or until it makes big news with celebrities. But this opens up with fans and people who worked with Britney, and they are obsessing over one particular thing with her. They're obsessing over the issue of conservatorship. And basically that means that other people handle someone else's finances when they seem unfit or mentally unstable to do so. And with Britney Spears, it's a situation where a lot of people have heard about her father, or maybe some others are coming in, and she has no control over her finances. She has no control over her life. And this is something that's usually reserved for older people when they start to like mentally lose it and somebody's come in and take care of their finances. But Britney Spears, who is older now but was young at the time that this was an issue, this is something that has really captured people's infatuation. I would say that this is the first thing, not the first, but this is one of the things that I've seen that really drove home to me how some people, and not to make like it seem like, oh, these poor celebrities, but man, this is the first thing that I've seen that really made it look scary to me, where you've seen a person's mentality spiral out of control and they just lose it because they have no life. This is the first one to show me that in some situations, being a celebrity can be a nightmare. And this is coming from somebody who does not care about celebrity culture or worship or anything. But I was looking at this and I was like, Jesus, man, this is frightening how these people won't leave this girl alone. Because the thing what they show you is different stages. It's like first Britney tries to be cool with the paparazzi. She's like, look, I'll get some fame. I'll get marketing. You guys get paid. I'll do a wave or two. And we all go about our day. It's a symbiotic relationship. But these fuckers just want more and more and more. And the more you give them, the more they keep trying to take.
It goes that way all the time. And it's why Alec Baldwin is fed up and he's always getting in fights with him because he's like, I'm over this.
You have to remember that these people are still human beings. And sometimes these things are being done in a way that's out of their control. And I just looked at this and I did feel bad for her. I feel bad for anybody who's in this situation. It's not a Britney thing. It's just a human thing where it's like, Jesus Christ, man. These people, she gave them pictures. She gave them a lot of her life than most people would. Because a lot of people right at the bat, they said, leave me the fuck alone. She tried to play the game. And they drove her out of her fucking mind, man. And it really does show just how full of shit. Again, people, take Britney out of this. This is something where it's like, all right, let's look beyond Britney Spears. Let's look at this as just how the culture is. Because the paparazzi, the way they behave, these people are fucking animals, man. They really are vultures. They're hyenas. Mm-hmm. And it's when you look at how rabid they are and how they just really just keep pushing and pushing they will go into your home if you let them. And these people have no soul. And they brought people on. What I found fascinating is that these people are so into what they're doing. It's almost it's a culture for them that's hard for them to get out of. One guy came on and said, like, once you're into it, it changes you. Being a paparazzi.
Well, sure. It's similar to as we talked about with the last movie, with the whole economics play a part in it, or girls who go from being a waitress to becoming a stripper, where once somebody's offering you this kind of money to do this thing, and you get used to it, you can't stop. And with the paparazzi, the guy that they interview, where he says like, hey, I was just here to take some pictures. I wanted to be a filmmaker, but the money they're offering me, this is financing my lifestyle. I can't stop doing it.
It was a point where if you just snapped a picture of Britney Spears, that was a few $1,000s. Then it got more and more. The more you drove this fucking girl crazy, the more the price went up. Getting a shot like that where she's losing her mind, that's $1 million shot right there. So this is beyond Britney Spears. This is an insight on how this whole culture works and how they actually can. If somebody comes in at the wrong time and don't know how to handle this, they will drive these people crazy. And what's disgusting about it is that these paparazzi, they're so into what they're doing, they don't even realize how crazy they are.